Over the years, Hot Wheels and even fans of Hot Wheels have brought some of the most famous die-cast to life, making them fully functional cars. And today, we're going to talk about every single one, or at least every single one that I could find, so let's start. Number 1, Silhouette. Built by Bill Cushenbery. This car was built on a shortened 1956 Buick chassis and was first powered by a nail-head V8. Then in 1966 was swapped for a 427 Ford V8, with the entire body of the car being made of steel. This car makes an appearance on a TV show called Wonderful World of Wheels, driven down a coast somewhere driven by Lloyd Bridges. However, in 1983 it was reported to be stolen, and still to this day it has never been found, except for the bubble windshield. Number 2, Beatin' It Bandit. Built by Ed Roth in 1961, with the name coming from an old western robber Ed read about. This car was based on a 1950 Oldsmobile chassis and was shortened by 85 inches, with the body being made completely from fiberglass and the bubble windshield being made from inside a pizza oven. Took a piece of acrylic, heated up, and then blew into it. All being powered by a 303 Oldsmobile V8 with 2 Ford carbs and a GMC supercharger. What's interesting is that the Beatin' It Bandit doesn't have a traditional steering system or pedals. Instead of the usual, the steering, the throttle, transmission, the brakes are actually all controlled by a joystick on the center tunnel. Number 3, Diora. Built by Harry Bradley, this car was based off of a Dodge A100 and a 1960 Ford station wagon, serving as the front windshield, with the twist being that this car has no doors except for the one in the front. The goal of this car was to build a fully functional, futuristic looking pickup truck. This truck is powered by a slant inline 6 engine with a 3-speed transmission that is moved back 15 inches. Number 4, Hot Heat. With the real name being King T, being built in 1964, it was originally an old Model T that was converted into a hot rod, powered by a 265 small block from a 55 Chevy with an early hydraulic transmission. Originally this car was fuel injected, but it was switched with a simple carburetor when it was restored. Right now, Bruce Caskell, the man with the most expensive Hot Wheels collection, actually owns this car. Number 5, Python. Originally named Cheetah, this car was built by Bill Cushenbery as well. This car is an amalgamation of various parts from other cars, like the front fenders being from a 60 Pontiac and the doors as well, the rear panels being from a 61 Corvair, the windshield and the roof being from a 53 Studebaker, and the rear windshield is from a 57 Borgward, with it just turned upside down. The interior is from a 1958 Mercury Dash, and all of this is powered by a 289 Ford V8. Number 6, Ford J-Car. Based off of a prototype for the iconic GT40, which then later evolved to become the GT Mk4, that would go on to win the 67 Le Mans. This car was entirely built in the US by Carcraft, with the original 7.0 liter big block from the Mk2. However, the body was changed to be more of a bread van design, with the chassis being a honeycomb aluminum tube. Also, not so fun fact, this is the car that Ken Miles actually crashed in the long straight of Riverside Raceway. Yeah. Number 7, Fleetside. Arguably one of the first Hot Wheels to be ever brought to life. Also built by Harry Bradley in 1973, this car has a rear-mounted 67 Mobile engine that produces 395 horsepower, with the interior looking straight from a Hot Wheels die-cast. An early version of the car in 1964 was used as the inspiration for the die-cast Fleetside, with some slight tweaks. Number 8, What a Drag. Originally a BMW Azalea that was modified into a tri-wheel dragster, with a supercharged Chevy V8 big block in the back with twin Holley carburetors and Zoomies exhaust headers to make the car able to shoot flames up to 4 feet, reaching over 12 feet long. But sadly, this car is only just built for shows. Number 9, Twin Mill. Commissioned back in 1998 for the 30th anniversary of Hot Wheels, but due to issues during the building process, it was unveiled until 2001. The car was originally supposed to have two supercharged Hemi V8s side by side, but it was switched for two Chevy small block engines that are still supercharged, producing over 1,400 horsepower. However, this is not the only one. A father and a son built their very own twin mill in their garage, and this is actually faster than the one that Mattel built. This one produces 2,000 horsepower from two supercharged Corvette engines with two transmissions, two differentials in the back. And back in 2024, this car was actually sold at the Barrett Jackson show, being sold just a little under $165,000. Number 10, Dior 2. To celebrate the 35th anniversary of Hot Wheels, Mattel commissioned Chip Fuse and his team to bring this car to life. However, with only just 7 months to get it fully running. But at least they paid them $750,000 to do the job, or today's money about $1.5 million. The car runs on a supercharged Northstar V8 in the very back, with the front coming from the back of a Ford Taurus. Number 11, Volkswagen Pink Beach Bomb. Built back in 2005, this is based off the most expensive Hot Wheels car in the world. Being based off the second generation of the Beetle Bus known as the Transporter, this car has a simple inline 4 engine and a 4-speed manual power in it. And if you're ever lucky to get inside of the Hot Wheels Design Center in El Segundo, you can actually see this car. Number 12, a Bone Shaker. Based off the 2006 diecast made by Larry Wood, this was brought to life in 2011. Brought to life by Action Vehicle Engineering, with the chassis and engine coming from C5 Corvette, and then with a whole custom body and front to give the iconic skull look. There's actually two versions of this vehicle, with the first just being a show car that's taken everywhere where the Legends tour is at in the US, while the second one is actually built to be fully street legal, that the CEO of Mattel actually drives around. Number 13, Baja Truck. Based on the 2005 Baja truck that was meant to look like a slightly futuristic pickup truck, this is powered by a Chevy small block V8 producing almost 900 horsepower and reaching up to 140 miles per hour. This truck was just built for one thing: jumping. Back in 2011, when this was debuted, this truck held the world record for the longest jump from a vehicle at the Indianapolis 500, with the ramp looking like a giant door based off the track said feed drop. Number 14, Bad to the Blade. For the 100th anniversary of the Indy 500, this was meant to be a futuristic Indy stock car that can actually drive upside down from a 1000cc 4-stroke motorcycle engine that is turbocharged, with two being built, one as a concept design that's just for display, and the other one being a fully functional vehicle. Sadly, there's not really any footage of this car actually driving except for one little clip from a Hot Wheels web series. Number 15, Loop Coupe. Another car built to beat a world record in 2012. This car was built for the 2012 Los Angeles X Games to go through a real-life double-dare loop set based on the track set. This car was originally a Lancer Evo with almost everything kept from the original model. Most of the chassis and the engine itself, a 4-cylinder engine that is turbocharged that can reach 145 miles per hour. With some modifications like the suspension just to be able to go through the loop and the jump at the end. Number 16, Rip Rod. Powered by a Ford 1-liter EcoBoost inline 3 with a supercharger, this car was built to do backflips and other kinds of stunts. This car was just only built for the web series Hot Wheels World's Best Driver. And at the end, sorry spoilers, but it does win with at the end doing a backflip. Number 17, 71 El Camino. Another car built for the web series World's Best Driver. This is a customized El Camino that once was owned by the late Hot Wheels designer Wayne Scott. This was modified with a NASCAR suspension, carbon fiber wings, and two jet engines in the bed. That can take off and withstand over 400 miles per hour. Number 18, Corkscrew Buggy. Another car built by Action Vehicle Engineering. This car was built to perform corkscrew jumps, and this car was built trying to beat the world record for the longest corkscrew jump with a flat 6 engine to make the jump possible. Number 19, the Darth Vader car. Debuting at the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, this car was originally a C5 Corvette that was converted to look like the mask of the character from Star Wars. powered by an Ellis 3 V8 with an open canopy that looks like how the mast does in the movie. The car has speakers in it that will actually mimic the breathing sounds Darth Vader does. Number 20, X-Wing Fighter. Another car from Star Wars that also debuted at the San Diego Comic-Con in 2016. This car was made to look like the X-Wing fighters from Star Wars. This car has a 2-liter 16-valve dual overhead cam engine with custom slick tires to make the car reach 180 miles per hour. Number 21, the 2018 Copo Camaro. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels and the long-standing partnership with Chevy, this factory-built car has a 302 cubic inch V8 of a 5-gen small block, built only for drag racing in mind. Only 69 of these cars were ever produced, and people were randomly selected to get a chance to buy the car. The car came with 2 special edition Camaro diecasts when purchased, one being the first gen Camaro, and the second being based on the 2018 Copo Camaro. Number 22, 2JetC. Being the first car to ever win the Hot Wheels Legends tour, this car took inspirations of an old fighter jets and an old sketch based on Dwayne Vance. The car is powered by a turbocharged 2JC and a 6-speed transmission, hence the name, with a custom tube chassis from a 300 ZX. The car can produce 517 horsepower while low boost, but it can also reach 630 horsepower on 93 octane. Number 23, the Nash. Being from a 1957 Nash Metropolitan, this car was built to look like an old school rat rod, with tires sticking out of the wheel wells. Beforehand, the wheels were actually covered. Powering this car is the Chevy small block, and it produces about 300 horsepower, with a custom 2-box chassis underneath. Number 24, Pontiac Firebird. After debuting at the 2018 SEMA, this later became the 2020 Legends Tour winner, with a naturally aspirated V8 in the front that produces over 1,000 horsepower. What makes the car unique is how the exhaust will run around the front of the engine and have all the exhaust come out on the passenger side of the vehicle. Number 25, the Volvo Gasser. Originally a Volvo P1800, this car was converted to become a gasser and was used for drag racing. In 2021, this car would become the first winner of the Legends Tour that was outside of the US. The car runs on its supercharged 454 Chevy V8 big block, running a quarter mile in just 10 seconds, reaching just a little bit over 130 miles per hour. Number 26, Texas Toot. The winner of the 2022 Legends Tour, this was originally a Mazda Scrum Kia truck that was converted to be an actual monster truck. Swapped with a 632 big block LS, the truck bed producing 1,000 horsepower naturally aspirated, with a top speed of about 30 miles per hour. Number 27, Cyberpunk Miata. Being built from a 1990 Mazda MX5, nicknamed Shima, this car was customized with a Cyberpunk and Kaido Racer theme elements. To be honest, the engine and whatever is powering this car, nothing really about it. However, the guy who built this car actually has a channel and he shows the entire process of building this thing. So that'll be down in the description if you want to go watch those videos. But anyways, number 28, the Liebre. Spanish for the hair, this car was originally a 1968 Ford Falcon that was raced during the golden era of Chilean motorsport, though heavily modified. Powered by a custom 350 small block V8, a 5-speed gearbox with straight cut gears, this car will produce over 600 horsepower, and with the body being made entirely of fiberglass, it only weighs about 900 kilograms. Number 29, Shark Cruiser. While technically not a real car, I just want to bring it up. It's more of a prop car. This was shown in the movie Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. It was a direct-to-movie sequel of the movie Honey, We Shrunk the Kids. And there's some slight changes of the prop to the diecast, being that the movie shows that it has 4 seats instead of 1, but the car can actually roll, so it's close enough. Number 30, Phantom Racer. During the production of Minority Report, Steven Spielberg requested a concept car from Lexus that would fit the time frame of the movie. The car was a fully functional vehicle with safety features and crash-proof structures. Also appearing in the film The Island, Hot Wheels did want to create their own version of the concept car, but due to licensing issues they couldn't, hence why this diecast is called Phantom Racer. Number 31, Red Baron. Designed by Tom Daniel in 1967, this is a customized T-bucket hot rod with a Pontiac inline 6 overhead engine powering it. The inspiration for this car was when the designer saw how West Coast surfers at the time were wearing World War I German helmets as a trend. Originally, this was a model kit car in 1968 that featured a Mercedes-Benz aircraft engine that the real Red Baron had, but was made into an actual vehicle in 1969 and was introduced into Hot Wheels the same year. Number 32, Jackrabbit Special. Built by Kevin Parsley in the span of 3 years, this was once a Volkswagen dune buggy that was modified to look like the car that was shown in the 1969 Hot Wheels show episode 17. It has the same decals like the number 39. On top of that, there's a custom rabbit emblem on the front to give it a little nice touch, and to get into the vehicle, the front hood could be lifted up. And what's cool is how the steering wheel will lift up as well. Number 33, Splittin Image. Built by Gotham Garage for the show Car Masters, Rest of Riches. This is a custom body car put on an 86 Corvette C4 chassis, with the engine and transmission coming from it as well, and pretty much almost everything mechanically coming from the Corvette as well. However, there is some controversy with this vehicle, how the car was built to be more of a cash grab instead of quality. There are problems with the fiberglass on how it can handle high speeds, and the exhaustants that goes down the middle of the car are not real. The cars look like have dual gas tanks, but on the passenger side it's fake. However, this is still a nice looking car nonetheless. So that is every single real life Hot Wheels car for the most part, but yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time.